All right, so we just listened to some channelings, and while we were doing that, you had some memories pop in.
Yes.
So tell me about what was coming up, because it was to do with left shoulder, and you've had left shoulder pain for many years.
Yes.
So tell
And
me
I've done a lot of tapping on it.
about.
Burdens.
Yes.
But what came up was the description of the man who was going through the village, and he was having to kill. And I could feel and I could have an image of a village, and it was full of, there was fire everywhere.
So it's bringing up emotional.
Yeah.
See how when we just tune into it, it brings
Yeah.
up the emotion. Where's the emotion when you see the fire?
It's in my chest.
And what is it, a pressure or
It's a
a
sadness.
sadness? Okay, let's just start with that. Even though I've got this vision
Even though I have this vision,
and I can feel this sadness in my chest,
and I can feel this sadness in my chest,
when I tune into that lifetime
when I tune into that lifetime
of all the fire,
of all the fire,
I accept myself
I accept myself
and my responses,
and my responses.
and I ask my guides and higher self
And I ask my guides and my higher self
and the multi-dimensional layers of my DNA
and the multi-dimensional layers of my DNA
to show me where this comes from,
to show me where this comes from,
so I can release it once and for all,
so I can release it once and for all,
because it no longer serves me,
because it no longer serves me,
and I choose to release it.
and I choose to release it.
As a being of light
As a being of light
with free choice,
with free choice,
I choose to step through this pattern,
I choose to step through this pattern,
this emotion,
this emotion,
this lifetime,
this lifetime,
when I was in a village
when I was in a village,
and I can see all the fire,
and I could see all the fire,
all the panic,
all the panic,
the battle,
the battle,
the sadness,
the sadness,
loss of loved ones,
loss of loved ones, the fear.
the fear. I can feel it in my chest.
I can feel it in my chest.
I instruct the multi-dimensional layers of my DNA
I instruct the multi-dimensional layers of my DNA
to process and release this
to process and release this
all the way back to its origin,
all the way back to its origin,
to the first lifetime I felt it,
to the first lifetime I felt it,
to when I was in that image,
to when I was in that image,
in that lifetime,
in that lifetime,
releasing all the sadness,
releasing all the sadness,
all the panic,
all the panic,
all the fear,
all the fear,
all the way back to all the lifetimes I've experienced that,
all the way back to all the lifetimes that I've experienced that.
and the injury to my left shoulder
The injury to my left shoulder
in that lifetime,
in that lifetime,
that injury that may have killed me.
that injury that may have killed me,
I choose to release the memory of it
I choose to release the memory of it
out of my DNA.
out of my DNA.
I thank my DNA for holding on to it to protect me.
I thank my DNA for holding on to it, for protecting me,
But it no longer serves me.
but it no longer serves me.
That file is old and I choose to delete it.
That file is old and I choose to delete it.
It's time for an upgrade.
It's time for an upgrade.
And I instruct my body to release it now.
And I instruct my body to release it now.
Asking guides and higher self
Asking guides and higher self
to help me process and release it now.
to help me process and release it now.
All the sadness,
All the sadness,
all the panic,
all the panic,
all the fear,
all the fear,
all the pain
all the pain
of the injury
of the injury
in my left shoulder.
in my left shoulder.
I choose to release it and let it go.
I choose to release it and let it go.
Instructing my body to let it go.
Instructing my body to let it go.
All the way back to its origin.
All the way back to its origin.
Okay, so take a deep breath. Did you see where there was a look of peace where it had just released? And so see
I
how
feel calmer and just
see how much more instructional it is, you know, in typical EFT when we're taught in level 1 and 2, it's about get to all the specifics of it to release
Right.
it. When we're dealing with the soul level thing, We don't need to go to all the specifics. We'll go to what's coming up, which was sadness and fear and pain in the shoulder, but we're instructing, we don't need anything from that memory anymore. Release it and let it go. So it's almost the opposite of what we've been trained to do. You know, we tune into what's coming in.
Yes. Interesting. I could feel the left shoulder. I just feel it like cold. It's almost like it was up, and then the pain, you know, there's a little bit of, it feels it's dissolving.
And so that's why I check in to see what's there left now.
Yeah.
And there's always a recalibration period when the DNA is releasing it and letting it go. So that's when I ask. So let's tap and asking the body. So
Asking the body.
what colour do I need to completely dissolve this issue?
Pink.
So see how it just, you don't even think about it, just comes, the body just answers. So as you're tapping, I'm going to put that there and keep that hand on your heart after you finish the karate chop clean. So that's that pink, so you can see the pink. And the pink is all about divine and personal love.
The pink is all about divine and personal love.
And I send it to my body.
And I send it to my body,
My DNA.
my DNA,
To help to process and recalibrate
to help to process and recalibrate
any remaining feelings
any remaining feelings
related to that lifetime
related to that lifetime
that no longer serve me.
that no longer serves me.
Releasing any pain,
Releasing any pain,
fear,
fear,
panic,
panic,
or sadness
or sadness
that was left in my body,
that was left in my body,
in my left shoulder.
in my left shoulder.
I choose to release it and dissolve it away now.
I choose to release it and dissolve it away now.
So just keep that hand on there, sending this beautiful pink
Sending this beautiful pink
into my body,
into my body,
into my DNA,
into my DNA,
dissolving and releasing any remaining sadness,
dissolving and releasing any remaining sadness,
fear,
fear,
panic,
panic,
pain,
pain,
releasing it out of my left shoulder.
releasing out of my left shoulder.
I choose to feel divine and personal love
I choose to feel divine and personal love
and step through the soul learning and lesson
and step through the soul learning lesson
from that lifetime,
from that lifetime.
bringing back just the positive
Bringing back just the positive
and the higher learning.
and the higher learning.
Okay, take a deep breath. So what would you imagine is the higher learning from that lifetime? If you were to float above that, what would be the soul learning, the higher lesson?
Oh gosh. It's hard. I'm just feeling like it was war. And
There were soul contracts.
there were soul contracts with those people that we decided to do that. I don't need to be at war with people. So,
Does that relate?
it does. And not feeling powerless over that. You have power over that. I agreed to be in that role, running away.
So it takes away that victim mode as well.
Yes.
So can you feel the energy of this work? It's completely different to normal EFT work, where we're in a soul level vibration and energy, where we're asking guides and higher self for the answers, just like when we were practicing psychometry. It's coming from another place, as well as from body. And so it can be quite quick to get rid of shoulder pain that's been there for years.
Yeah.
How's your shoulder feel?
Oh, it feels so relaxed. I don't have any pain.
And when you tune into that memory again of that village and the fire and everyone running in the battle.
When I see it, but I don't feel it.
And there's a higher
And
learning and understanding with it.
Yeah, and I don't hear the loud screams anymore. it's interesting. And the flame is not as high, it's more smoky.
Good, well done.
Thank you.